You have waited through more silent nights than anyone knows. You have smiled when others asked careless questions, laughed when they spoke as if your story were delayed by accident, nodded when people told you, it will happen someday, while deep inside you wondered why someday felt so far away. But hear me carefully now. This season is changing. Not eventually. Not in some distant chapter you cannot yet see. It is changing now. Because what has felt like delay to you has never been denial. It has been preparation hidden beneath silence. And many times, when you thought nothing was moving, everything was moving. Even in the stillness. Even in the waiting. Even when the days looked identical and the nights felt unanswered. I was arranging what you could not yet perceive. I was aligning conversations you never heard, closing doors you never knew existed, shifting hearts in rooms your name had not yet entered. There is more happening behind the curtain of your life than your eyes can currently understand. That ache you carry when you think about marriage, that quiet longing you rarely speak out loud, that hope you protect because you fear disappointment if you hold it too openly. I have seen all of it. Every tear you wiped away quickly, every prayer whispered into the dark, every moment you asked me if love, partnership, and covenant were truly still part of your story. Listen closely. The answer has not changed. Yes, it is still part of your story, and no matter how long the road has felt, what is meant for you has not forgotten your address. Something is approaching, not fantasy. Not illusion, not empty comfort, a real shift, a real turning of the page, because the waiting season you are in was never designed to last forever. There comes a moment in every prepared life when hidden development becomes visible movement. And you are nearer to that moment than you realize. Don't skip past this part in your spirit. Some delays were necessary because the version of you from before could not have carried what is coming now. You wanted love. But I needed to build discernment in you first. You wanted partnership. But I needed to heal the parts of you that once would have mistaken attention for alignment. You wanted immediate answers. But I needed to teach you how to trust me even when the future stayed unwritten. And because you stayed. Because you kept believing when it was easier to grow numb. Because you kept your heart soft after disappointment tried to harden it. You are entering a reward season built upon private endurance. Here is what many do not understand. Marriage is not simply about finding someone. It is about timing. It is about alignment. It is about two lives being prepared separately before they can be joined correctly. And if something sacred is being built, it cannot be rushed. Would you have wanted me to send you into forever before either heart was ready? Would you have wanted a blessing before your spirit could sustain it? No, so I waited. And I prepared. And I protected. Even from people you once begged me to allow, especially from them. One day you will look back and thank me for every connection that did not work. For every conversation that faded. For every almost relationship that dissolved before it became permanent damage. Because what felt like rejection was often rescue wearing unfamiliar clothing. Pause here and understand this. The person meant for your life is not being formed carelessly. Their journey matters too. They have their own lessons, their own healing, their own stretching, their own moments of being reshaped in places you cannot see. And just as I have been working on you in silence, I have been working on them. You may not know their name yet. You may not know their face. You may not know where they are or what road they currently walk. But your future has not gone missing. Your covenant has not disappeared. Your promise has not expired. It is being carried toward you one unseen step at a time. Something important is waiting for you beyond this present season. And when it arrives, it will make sense why nothing false was allowed to stay. There is a reason your spirit has felt restless lately. A reason your heart has sensed that something is shifting even when nothing visible has changed. A reason ordinary moments have carried unusual anticipation. It is because your soul can feel what your eyes have not yet seen. Preparation creates atmosphere before manifestation. And the atmosphere around your life is changing. You are not imagining it. You are not becoming impatient for no reason. You are sensing movement. The kind of movement heaven often creates before breakthrough becomes obvious. Watch what happens next. The conversations you thought were random will begin carrying unusual significance. The places you nearly avoided will suddenly matter. The timing of certain moments will feel too precise to dismiss. What once seemed ordinary will begin to carry divine weight. Because breakthrough rarely announces itself loudly at first. It begins subtly, quietly, almost imperceptibly, until suddenly your life is not what it was before. And when this unfolds, it will not feel forced. It will not feel confusing. It will not feel like chasing. You will not have to manipulate what I have ordained. You will not have to beg for what is truly aligned. You will not have to shrink yourself to be chosen by what I have chosen for you. Read that again with your spirit. What is meant for you will not require you to abandon your worth to receive it. Real alignment carries peace with its passion, depth with its desire, security with its spark. And when this person enters your life, there will be recognition deeper than surface attraction. Something in your spirit will whisper, "This is different. This carries weight. This feels intentional." But before that moment arrives fully, there is one more truth you need to hear. Your waiting has not only been about preparing for them, it has also been about preparing them for you. Because what I am bringing into your life is not one-sided. You are not simply waiting to be chosen. Someone is being prepared to recognize your value properly, to cherish what others overlooked, to honor what others mishandled, to pursue with maturity what others approached casually, to see the depth in you that lesser eyes were too shallow to understand. And when they arrive, they will not come confused about your worth. They will not come to waste your time. They will not come to play with what I protected. They will come with clarity, with seriousness, with intention. Stay till the end of this season, because many walk away emotionally just before the door opens. Many stop expecting right before the answer appears. Many allow repeated disappointment to convince them the story is over while heaven is only one chapter away from fulfillment. Do not become bitter now. Do not close your heart now. Do not assume the silence means absence. The quiet around you is not proof that nothing is coming. Sometimes silence is simply the sound of deep preparation. And I tell you this with certainty, your life is closer to transformation than your circumstances suggest. There is a table being set that you cannot yet see, a future being arranged beyond your current horizon. A moment coming when what once felt impossible will suddenly feel present. And when it happens, the waiting will collapse into wonder. The tears will turn into testimony. The questions will become understanding. The long nights will make sense. The confusion will become clarity. And you will realize that nothing was late. It only felt late because you could not yet see the whole design. So lift your eyes. Steady your heart, and keep yourself open, because love is not passing you by, commitment is not avoiding your life, marriage is not being withheld from you forever. No. Something sacred is being timed with precision, and the clock is moving, even now, even tonight, even while you wonder. There is a person whose life is slowly moving toward the same intersection as yours. A person whose path is being redirected in ways they do not yet fully understand. A person who may already feel that something in their own life is shifting too. Because preparation is rarely one-sided. When two destinies are meant to meet, both lives begin to feel the movement. And perhaps the most beautiful part of all is that when the moment comes, it will not merely answer your prayer. It will reveal why the prayer took time. You will understand why some doors had to close, why some people had to leave, why some hopes had to break first, why some lonely seasons had to stretch longer than expected. Because the blessing was never simply marriage. The blessing was the right marriage, the kind built on peace, the kind built on alignment, the kind built on maturity, the kind that arrives not through panic, but through divine timing. So breathe again, hope again, prepare again, because your story is not stuck, it is unfolding, and what comes next may happen more suddenly than you expect. For many wait for years, then watch their entire life change in a single season. You have entered the edge of such a season. The atmosphere is shifting, the path is opening, the waiting is thinning, and very soon, what has only existed in prayer may begin appearing in reality. But before that moment arrives, there is one final preparation still taking place behind the scenes. One final detail being arranged. One final unseen movement that will make everything connect when the time is right. And when that hidden piece falls into place, everything may begin faster than you ever imagined. To be continued. There is a moment, quiet, almost invisible, when everything begins to change before anyone can explain why. And that is the moment you are entering now. What has been building behind the scenes is no longer remaining hidden for much longer. The pieces that once seemed scattered, the delays that once made no sense, the detours that made you question whether your path had somehow been rerouted forever, they are beginning to gather into one picture. You are approaching the chapter where understanding catches up to endurance. Because soon, what felt random will reveal itself as intentional. What felt postponed will reveal itself as protected. What felt painful will reveal itself as preparation. And when you finally see the full design, your first thought will not be, "Why did this take so long?" It will be, "Now I understand why it could not happen any other way." Listen carefully. There are connections being formed right now that you know nothing about. Conversations occurring in places you have never stepped into. Opportunities being arranged that seem unrelated on the surface. Timing shifts, schedule changes, unexpected invitations, small moments that appear ordinary but are quietly steering two stories toward one intersection. That is how divine timing often works. Not with thunder, not with announcement, but with subtle movements that only make sense in hindsight. One simple decision can alter everything. One changed plan. One unexpected meeting. One conversation you almost didn't have. One place you nearly didn't go. And suddenly, the life you knew before begins disappearing behind you. Do not underestimate ordinary moments in this season. What looks small may carry enormous significance. What seems casual may hold the seed of transformation. Because breakthrough often enters disguised as normal life, it does not always arrive with dramatic warning. Sometimes it walks in gently, and only later do you realize, that was the moment everything shifted. But there is something else I need you to understand before what is coming arrives. You must not carry old fear into new blessing. Do not let past disappointments make you suspicious of what is genuine. Do not let previous heartbreak teach you to sabotage peace because chaos feels more familiar. Do not let the pain of what failed convince you to distrust what is healthy. Because when real alignment enters your life, it may feel unfamiliar at first. Not because it is. wrong. But because your nervous system learned to expect struggle. Some people mistake peace for boredom because they became used to confusion. Some mistake consistency for lack of chemistry because instability trained them to chase emotional extremes. Do not make that mistake. The love coming toward you is not meant to drain you. It is not meant to keep you guessing. It is not meant to wound you before it warms you. It is meant to feel steady, grounded, safe enough for your heart to rest without fear. And that may surprise you more than anything, because perhaps part of you expected that love would finally arrive in dramatic fashion. But often the deepest blessings enter quietly, without chaos, without games, without confusion, just clarity, just certainty, just peace growing stronger each day. And when it begins, you may notice something strange. The desperation you once felt will start disappearing. The anxiety will lessen. The urge to force things will fade. Because when something is truly aligned, your spirit no longer has to wrestle for reassurance. You simply know, not because every detail is instantly perfect, but because peace accompanies what panic used to surround. Don't skip this truth. The right connection will not just excite you. It will steady you. It will calm the places in you that once felt restless. It will make your soul exhale in ways it has not in years. That is one sign of what is real. And yes, there may still be moments of uncertainty. There may still be vulnerability. There may still be the natural fear that comes with caring deeply. But beneath all of that will be a foundation unlike anything before. A knowing. A quiet confidence. A sense that this is not another temporary lesson disguised as love. This is different. And when others begin noticing the shift in you, when they see your joy become softer, deeper, more settled, when they witness the peace in your spirit, they may not fully understand what changed, but you will, because you will remember these days of waiting. You will remember the nights you wondered if it would ever happen. You will remember the loneliness that tried to convince you your story would remain incomplete. And then you will stand in the middle of answered prayer, realizing that everything changed while you were simply trying to hold on. That is why I tell you now, keep your heart ready. Not desperate, not anxious, not striving, ready, ready to receive. Ready to recognize, ready to trust what is healthy when it appears, because some pray for blessing, then push it away when it finally arrives in unfamiliar form. Remain open enough to receive what does not look exactly like your expectation. The package may differ from your imagination, but the peace will confirm its purpose, and the person coming into your life may surprise you. Not because they are beyond what you hoped for, but because they may carry qualities you did not know to ask for. Strength wrapped in gentleness, confidence without arrogance, depth without performance, kindness without weakness, commitment without hesitation. They may love you in ways that heal places you thought would remain tender forever. They may speak to wounds they never caused, simply by treating you with the care others withheld. That is what mature love does. It does not erase the past, but it helps redeem your understanding of what love can be. Stay till the end of this message in your spirit. Because what is approaching is not merely romance. It is restoration. It is the restoration of trust, the restoration of hope. The restoration of belief that something beautiful can still happen to you. You have spent enough time wondering whether everyone else receives joy while you watch from a distance. Enough time questioning whether your season would ever come. Enough time pretending you were unaffected when your heart quietly longed for more. Now a new chapter approaches, and when it opens, it may move quicker than expected. Because what takes long to prepare can unfold rapidly once preparation is complete. Years of waiting. Then one meeting changes everything. months of silence. Then one connection alters your future, a lifetime feeling unseen. Then one person looks at you with recognition and certainty. That is how suddenly life can transform. And when it does, you will understand why I told you not to lose hope too soon. Because you were never waiting in vain. You were waiting in formation, being shaped for a promise that required more from you than you first understood. But there is still one final truth you need before this chapter fully opens. The breakthrough coming to your love life will not only affect your heart. It will begin changing other parts of your life too. Your routines, your priorities, your plans, even your environment. Because covenant changes more than relationship status, it changes direction. And soon, you may begin sensing shifts beyond romance itself. A reordering, a repositioning, a movement in areas you did not expect. As if your whole life is being rearranged to make room for what is coming. And when that begins, you will know the season has truly arrived. To be continued.